Well, we now got missiles. Let's begin. Welcome back to my channel. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Siege Jetfire Upgrade from Shockwave Labs number 98. And if you're new around here, please remember to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and leave a comment. So, with that being said, let's get started. And here we have all the accessories out of the bag, and right here. And I'm going to start with the missile right here. You do get 6 of them. And overall, the molded detail on the missile for, the exhaust part, the flames, look very, very good as it's being fired. And overall, it looks really good. I like the paint. And I was going to grab a different one just to make sure they are all exactly the same. They didn't miss any detail and everything. And they look all the same to me. So, like I said, you get 6 of those. Then you're going to get 6 of these, and it's going to pick up 1 of these. And what you do with these are very, it's like a plastic, but it's like, how could I put it? They're very posable, very flexible to get them into how you want to display as he's firing missiles. And I find that to be very, very cool. So you can have him on your shelf now, and he has the missile barrage, just like on the show, firing upon Seekers or Decepticons, or even Autobots, like in the beginning of the Siege chapter. So I like how Shockwave Labs have done this to make this possible. And the last piece, which is just as important, and they didn't spare any detail to show off what it would look like, and it's pretty accurate. From what I remember, I think it was more like white, and I'll show the back of Jetfire then to show off those little like circular looks where the missiles did come out of his back to fire. So, but I like how they have them posted here on the side. And here we have Jetfire in his jet mode. And I just wanted to show where the missile pods would show up and the detail they did for the figure to make it very show accurate from the first chapter and also the second chapter. And they have this one port right here. And that's where this piece comes into play. And like I said, I like the molded detail on this piece. And it does have 1 peg, and it also adds a new hole right here, so you don't really lose that hole right there, and I'll explain why in a moment. So I just want to show off what this looks like. So it lines up perfectly to add that more military look on the top of the jet here, and it lines up perfectly with the missile pods. So it acts as it's a part of it. They did a really good job with that. Now, I got this piece, and we're just going to take a look and see if it will peg in so he can still carry it. I know a lot of people don't carry Jetfire in, display him, as I should say, in his jet mode. This should go. I'm just going to have to wiggle it, but it will go. It's on there. It's kind of sticking up a bit, as you can see. So it's on there. Could I force it down a little bit more? Yeah, and I'm going to. Right on camera for you. And that's a little bit more. That's a little bit more accurate. And that's good enough for me. So it's going to sit up a little bit higher like a separate gun. But you could probably press down just a little bit more to get it down. But that's as far as I'm going to take that. Because I'm never going to display him like this. But it's a nice touch that they decided to do. And here we have, I'm going to install all the, we'll just call them wires, I guess. I don't know the proper name for these things, but they do the job, and that's what's making me very happy right now. And that one just kind of fell loose. I'm wondering, there we go. So it does stay. You just have to readjust them by pegging them in. As I can see, can't see that hole there because I'm doing it on that angle there, but you'll get the gist of it right here. It's nothing like rocket science here. Just peg them in the way you want, and you're going to readjust them multiple times to get them the way you want. But I'm just getting them in to show this is what it's going to look like once you have them in. I'm just going to do this side. It's going to be a lot easier for me. And here we have Jetfire, and I just decided to add one of the wires in right now. And we have the missile attached. They can slide in and out very, very easily, just like that. So this is more of like a display piece. I don't see anybody buying this to play with. This is not what this is for, at least my opinion. We're going to go ahead and add the other ones. One thing I did notice with this set, and you would think as I'm talking, you can just bend them any way you want. And see, I bent this one up all the way. And you'll see in a moment. You can't see that just yet. I'm going to place this missile right on there, and it's going to hold right there. And I'm going to angle, and then I'm going to bring it down about here, and it's just going to drop. There is only so much, how could I put it? The wires are only so far wide enough to go in, and I was hoping they would go in and they would just be stuck there. So in the first missile that I already have displayed, if you do some bending and everything like that for display purposes, it'll be just fine. Now if you try to go for like a wide straight shot, that I don't think is going to work. It's just the missile itself is just way too heavy, but I'm going to keep messing around with this off camera and see what I can come up with. I'll be right back. And I'm back. And just to go over just one side right now. And as you can see, you can bend them back and kind of get them to shoot forward, as I do have this one. And you can angle it just like ever so slightly. Hang on, right, quick, and then rebend. And these are pretty flexible, so you're going to get the way you want them for the most part. So when he's firing his missile barrage, they will look pretty cool. I think this is more for having him in robot mode versus in jet mode, and we will definitely take a look at robot mode in a few minutes. I'm going to get the rest of the missile pods attached, the wires, missiles, and let's take a look at a full view in jet mode. And here we have Jetfire firing upon pretty much anything that's in its way. Overall, I like the missile effects. I don't really care for the wiring because you put them in a certain way, and I have to hold my camera in a mobile type position to get this shot because my tripod is just a little bit too small for the big wide shot. So if I even nudge this a certain way, like I showed, it's just going to fall out. So my way of fixing this, which I'm not going to do in this review, but if you happen to get this set, it's not a complete mixed bag. It's more of a, how could I put it? It's awesome. It's nice, like, upgrade effect look, and I'm happy I still got it. But I would glue these in without having Jetfire attached with this piece and bend them the way you want them within reason, and you should be fine, and you should be able to bend the rest of it the way you want it. But mostly everyone's going to be displaying your guy in robot mode. So with that being said, let's take a look at that and see if this set is in a better position with the, having these attached in and everything, if it works better. So let's check that out. And here we are with Jetfire in robot mode, and yes, he's not facing us at the moment. I just wanted to show off that the back piece by itself does not affect the transformation whatsoever, but these wires to the missiles, if you install those and in jet mode and you want to transform them to robot mode, take them out. You're going to save yourself a headache of them falling all over the place, missiles falling, and God knows whatever else. So we're just going to keep moving on. I'm going to keep installing these. Then we're going to clean them up, turn them around, and see if we can get them in a nice battle pose. But in the meantime, I'm just going to install the rest of these, just so you see the intensity of this, which is, installing missiles. And yeah, but overall, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Oh, there went that one. That one fell down. But I like I said, I like the concept, the idea. It seemed like they went on it. They should have just went wider with these, for at least for the connection part, and then we wouldn't I wouldn't have to be going through all this right now. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's going to probably have this video up by the time this is available. But, hey, I could be wrong. I'm okay with not being number one. Not at everything, anyway. All right. So he looks, yeah, he looks, yeah, I'm going to clean this up and right back. And here we have Jetfire. And as you can see on his right side, right here, that'd be his right, the missiles look pretty good. This side I did a little bit different, and I gotta lift this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I still got them to fire out. They don't have to be all 3 on one side and 3 on this side. It looked like, you know, something different. So I tried to like angle them a little bit differently so you can see he's firing all over the place, just to show that off. So you can get the wires to display the way you want them. You just have to have a lot of patience, because I had 5 of them in off screen, and the first stage of rage was like being activated in me, where I'm just like I had to walk away for about 10 minutes. So there is some delicacy with at least the set that I have. It's a little disappointing, but once you have them all in and they're not falling down and all that, it looks pretty good. So now let's get his armor on and take a look at that. So here we have him in his robot mode with armor, and the armor overall seems to help a little bit. I would say more up in the wings, because you can kind of get the wires to hang there a little bit and help get missiles to fly forward, and you can readjust and get them a little bit closer to going forward. The only thing is with, and I know a lot of people have problems with their Jetfire figure, is with the hips. And mine is also like that. So that's another problem with this set, which this is like stage 3 rage right here. I am going to stay very, very calm, because during, okay, works. I'm staying at stage 2. And I'm going to be patient. And as you can see, you can get some really good angle effects and everything. And it's really good. And see, if you bring it up and you're getting like a more straighter shot, that's what you're going to be seeing. And overall, that look probably looks the best. And I'm going to try one more thing, and then we will finish this review. And here we have Jetfire with his armor on in a final pose shot, and he's down on one knee, as you can see. And you have the missiles all angled in different directions. It looks like he's surrounded, firing. And it did take a little bit of time to get this right. And you're going to have a lot of patience with this set. Just a fair warning. My final thoughts on Transformers Siege Jetfire Upgrade Shockwave Labs number 98. Overall, the most important thing is with this set is to have a lot of patience. Anytime you install one, which isn't so bad, but you got to get the wires to bend the right proper way, and then get the missiles on the right way you want them, to angle them and everything like that. But once you have it all set and you're not going to move them, so you want to do this, you want to get this set just for display purpose only. And once you get them on your shelf, you should be just fine. But in the meantime, if you're going to do a review on it or something like that, that's where this is going to take a lot longer than a regular review behind the scenes, because these wires like to get loose really quickly, fall all over the place, and so on and so forth. But once you have them like this, he's not so bad. And see, as I'm shaking the table a little bit where I'm at, you can see them moving, but that's kind of normal. That's going to be a normal thing, just in anything in general. But I would rate this thing about a 7 out of 10 at best. Display purpose only. Play purpose, none. I would give that a 0 out of 10. I would have him, no, this set is not for that. So I'm just going to rank this as a display purpose only, 8, 9 out of 10 at best. The only thing is the wires, it would be probably better to super glue them. It could be one way to keep them into that back piece, and then unfortunately when you go to transform and do everything, you would have to take that off to make it a little bit easier to do the transformation. But since you have them glued, maybe if you bend them back and then do the transformation and get them in jet mode, you'd probably be fine. But I would rather just remove it just to make it a little bit easier on yourself. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, one more thing. This missile, or one of them, I can't remember which one. One of the wires came loose as I'm adjusting this side, and it was one of these on this side that the missile itself fell off. And you just pick it up and just plug it back in. But the white part came apart from the effect part, and there is a tab inside. There's a white piece, it's connected to the missile, and it just, you can just plug it right back in. I was just shocked that it just fell right here, where Jetfire's legs are, from right here. That much distance made it pop out, and I was a little bit surprised by that. But overall, I'm still very happy about this set. Do I recommend it? Display purpose only? Absolutely. Play value? No. And that's going to be it for the review. So, thank you for watching, and I'll be bringing more Transformer content very soon.